Hey everybody, Mr. Eric Jenkins coming at you with a brand new video, and today is Monday, which means that it's Mail Monday. Monday is the day where I go over all the pickups that I picked up in the mail, out and about at pawn shops, GameStop dumpsters, GameStop in-store, Five Below dumpsters, Media Play dumpsters, Circuit City, Babbage's. This is the day that we go over all the cool stuff that I picked up during the week. Out and about, thrift stores, GameStop, retail locations, through the mail, and also card breaks and other things I purchased online. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for checking it out. If you're inclined, please leave a like, comment down below what your favorite pickup was, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. What are you doing? What are you doing? If you're new here, hi, but what are you doing? So without further ado, we're going to start off by checking out the cards that I picked up this week. Not a whole lot in the sense of cards. We have a TimmyBreaks package came in, as well as one other card that I did kind of have to finagle a little bit, but that'll be showcased, and we do that. But of course, give me a good old flip on over to the camera where we have our little black package from Mr. TimmyBreaks. Links in the description down below to his YouTube channel as well as his eBay page. And we do have another little card that I'm going to do a little reveal on. I had to open this because when I opened if you saw my last Donruss video, I actually had a card up there that wasn't supposed to be up there, and I was like, crap, I need something to fill it. So I opened the package really quick and I threw up what was supposed to be up there. So this is, and if you probably can guess it, it is the legend himself, Keston Hiura, 2021 Donruss Baseball
Test Daddy.
Orange Parallel. Just gonna join the squad up here. I'm gonna little kitty corner right there. We have added the Orange Parallel to the Test Daddy army. Very excited about that. However, I am a little bummed. Because I did notice when I was going through what else has sold for Keston Hiura for Donruss Baseball, somebody bought the printing plate, the one-of-one printing plate. So kind of bummed about that, but it is what it is. So gonna try and hunt down all the other parallels. So hopefully you join me on the quests. A lot of that's gonna be openings of myself doing that on my channel or through breaks, which will be shown here on Mail Monday. But not really much in the name of cards. This is from TimmyBreaks, another Donruss break. We've got Mike Soroka, Orange, Max Fried, Yelich, Paul Molitor. We have the Chrome version, as well as a Tyrone Taylor. So very, very small break on my end, but that's all right. If you are a visual person, here is his eBay name and YouTube channel right there. If it focuses, boom, I'm covering the S in TimmyBreaks. Boom, right there. Thank you so much, Timmy, for sending this out my way. Always enjoy the breaks, buddy. Thanks for always checking out my videos, and hopefully you guys do the same. So, without further ado, we are going to flipping back over this way. So now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of everything. So we've got the segment, Stuff Eric Doesn't Need, brought to you by my brother, of course. So he let me know that BJ's, of all places, well, I knew BJ's was selling Pokemon cards, but he's like, hey, they got some good stuff. Definitely check them out. I'll order you some stuff. So he ended up getting me a Mimikyu Sidekick collection. Now this box is beat, but this is most likely going to be opened during one of my future videos. And this is cool because it's got Burning Shadows in it, so there's a chance you can pull Charizard in there. And then the Mimikyu pin collection. So I'm probably going to open both of these in a video. I want the pin, so. But I do have ones that are in better condition for the collection. And then the other thing that he sent me, unfortunately, is not in this room. But it is a giant, I wouldn't say giant, but it's a decent size Super Mario Brothers picture. I'm going to leave a picture of it right over here. He ended up getting it at Burlington Coat Factory, and he ended up finding the best one, which is the Mario 3 cover. So he got the coolest one, but he hooked a brother up with that one. So that one's actually in the living room. I'm finding a spot to hang that, so not there yet, but I'm also too lazy to go grab it. So thank you so much for this segment, Mark, of Stuff Eric Doesn't Need. Moving on, we got a couple DVDs and films. for some reason, I only had this on VHS, so I ended up going to Best Buy and finishing up a gift card, and I had a reward certificate that I needed to use. So I ended up picking up the 4K and Blu-ray Collector's Edition of John Carpenter's They Live. Really, really cool film. Super underrated in John Carpenter's library. If you don't know about the film, it's about a person that puts on these sunglasses and he can see who's a person, who's a human, and who's an alien. And the aliens are brainwashing people. And some of the coolest lines in cinema history are in this film that a lot of you probably already know, but don't know they come from this film. Like,
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Which a lot of people think is from Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem, it just quotes popular stuff from the time. So They Live by John Carpenter, the 4K version. So I'm probably going to watch that this week, so that you'll probably see a better, more polished rundown of that film in the April's watch list. So be on the lookout for that. So as you can see, I've been getting into a lot of anime, and we've got volumes, or part 1, 2, and 3 of Dragon Ball Super. So this is volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. 2 and 3 on DVD. I just like to have physical media, to be honest. And I have Dragon Ball on DVD, and I also have most of Dragon Ball Z on DVD, and starting to upgrade the Z stuff to Blu-ray. So I didn't have those yet, so one of these days I'll get to watching it, but right now, not yet. And then other movie films. I met up with my buddy Gary. He came by with some stuff earlier in the week, and he's been downsizing his vast VHS DVD collection. He's got a lot of horror stuff. So I ended up scooping up Nightmare on Elm Street, the widescreen edition. We've got the Clamshell, The Legend of the Wolfman. Never seen this film. Looks kind of rad. It's a little water damage, but love the rental clamshell. Of course, the horror sticker is busted. They're always starting to peel off, but looks really cool. Actually didn't look at the tape. Tape is actually stupid clean, which is great. So that's one for the collection, because you know I'm a sucker for wacky and weird horror films. And speaking of wacky and weird horror films, we have Chopping Mall on VHS. Now I do have this on DVD already, which is my preferred way to watch it. But the VHS copy is super cool for 2 reasons. One, this is stupid expensive right now. Weirdly enough, this is more expensive than the DVD or the Blu-ray. So stoked on that, but a little local flavor in your ear. We have a Video Galaxy, which is a local spot that I remember going to when I was a kid, way back in the day. So kind of a little, like, really, really cool little piece of history there. For me, at least. But I don't know about you guys. But and then getting into the video games, not much for physical games themselves, but we do have some, I guess, peripherals or accessories or what have you. Not peripherals, but I would say like secondary stuff. Not peripherals. My apologies. We have a really cool Gears of War variant. This is the triple pack. This comes with Gears 1, Gears 2, and the All Fronts download code. Unfortunately, the download code's not here, but that's something that you could probably easily pick up from. Actually, Gears of War 2 had one for the later releases. So that's a really cool, pack. And it actually is a relatively harder to find pack. I think because most people had Gears 1 and Gears 2. We have Monster Hunter Tri, or for those who speak in English, 3 for the Wii. That's just disc and case. And then one of my favorite games from back in the day, we have Outlaw Volleyball. Not an expensive game, but just a fun game to play. And this one is complete. So that one's cool. For some reason, I didn't have that in my collection. I had like Outlaw Golf, and I think I had like one of the Blockbuster exclusive ones, but I didn't have the original one, so went and got that one. And then the next are guides. That's why I was kind of trying to figure out what the heck these were. One of these was given to me by my boss, which is this one, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. A little beat up, but that's okay. And I've always been like weird about strategy guides. Like, I don't like spending a lot of money on them. Like, if I go to a convention and I see guides for, like, Conker's Bad Fur Day, for example, $20 is, like, the limit for guides for me. If it's, like, over 20, I'm like, nah, no dice. I'm good. Even at, like, $10, I'm still like, nah, it's not worth it. Unless it's, like, super clean. I think, like, the most expensive one I did buy was the Conker's Bad Fur Day one, which is covered up by the actual case, but I'm not going out of my way to pick up guides unless they're like super cheap. One I did pick up from work was black and white version from Pokemon, and I usually only get ones that I know that I've like either played the game or I, wanted to play the game. I'm not gonna get like Driver 3. I played Driver 3 once. I'm not gonna get the Driver 3 Prima Strategy Guide or like what would be like a Turok for the original Xbox. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then these are two cool ones. If I can finally get those pesky secret packages, we have Vice City and we have San Andreas. This is a beefy one too. So I just like reading these, especially on the John. Helps the flow. And then last but not least, as you can tell by the thumbnail, for my pickups, we have some anime to go, or some manga to go through. Two of these I ended up picking up earlier in the week from a series that I'm now loving like a heck of a lot more. We have Doro Hetero, or Doro Hetero as I call it, Volume 7 and Volume 8. So I am close to the run that starts the anime, which came out last year. I want to say that like ends around issue 11 or issue 12. And then I'm going to start reading that slowly when I find out that Season 2 is going to be coming out. But really, really cool, grimy art style. Loving it. I'm just about done with issue 1. And it's really, really true to the anime. So if you've seen the anime, definitely check out the manga. And the manga is relatively inexpensive too, which is cool. And then my local comic book shop / media store at my mall was having a sale, buy one, get one half off on all graphic novels and manga. So your boy's turned into a weeb, and he's stocking up his shelves right now. We have Kuriko's Basketball Volume 1 and 2. I've always liked sports anime, like the baseball ones look dope and stuff like that. And my buddies would always tell me like, yeah, like those are safe to watch. And I watched a couple episodes of that, and it's really, really interesting. This is one that actually just came out on Netflix like this month, which I'm going to be talking about in the watch list. This is The Way of the House Husband, issues 1 and 2. If you want to watch anime and you've like kind of burnt out on some stuff, watch this. It's very, very short, very, very funny. If you don't like, if you're curious of what it's about a house husband. It's about a guy that's a stay-at-home dad, basically. He does all the chores around the house. He does the cleaning, cooking, and it's basically he's an ex-Yakuza member. He's known for killing a bunch of people, and now he's settled down in this kind of suburban lifestyle. Very, very interesting. One series that I've been really wanting to get into for a long time, Assassination Classroom, so starting with Volume 1. And then one I started watching, and I'm hopefully finishing soon, is Cells at Work. We have Volumes 1 and 3 because they didn't have 2. So I got the one with a little platelet on it, because the platelets are the best part of that show. And that's going to do it for my pickups. However, we are going to do a second segment over at the table where we go over the stuff that I got for my anniversary, because my fiance and I celebrated our 7th year anniversary together. So very, very excited about that. Sorry, the video's a little bit long. We're going to be going over some stuff that she got me, and one of my viewers actually said, "What kind of patches are on your jacket?" Because I've seen that jacket before. You wear it in your other videos, but I noticed that there's some pieces of flair on it. So we're going to actually go over that, because that was actually one of my presents from Allie. So thank you for submitting that question to me. So this is the best way to do it. But I'm going to put timestamps down below if you're not interested in punk patches or what my fiance got for my anniversary. 1, that's rude. But 2, definitely understandable. But if you're not into cards, you just want to see the bull crap that I picked up in the middle, then boom, move over to the middle. Very, very cool. So I'm going to put those timestamps in. And also, like, throughout the episode, if I remember, I'm going to put those in as well. But Don't make any promises. So without further ado, let's get into the anniversary presents. And we do that by giving a good old flipping back over. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of snip, snap, little cuts over the table. So as you can see, I kind of cleared house a little bit because we're going to go over what my fiance got me for our anniversary. Now, there's some stuff that's personal, so I'm not going to show you guys that stuff, but we do have this awesome keychain because we both are Office fans. It is My Heart Only Beats For You, which is very, very adorable. So I'm very excited about that. We actually just celebrated our 7th anniversary 4 days ago. So I'm very excited about that. The love of my life is supporting me in all the things that I've been doing. One of the things that she also has been supporting me on is the decision to start live streaming as a hobby. So we have this really, really awesome Let's Go live stream planner and notebook. Basically, it's just a little check planner. She's one of those people that's like super organized and I'm disorganized. So we kind of go hand in hand together. So she's trying to get me more organized. So basically, got a little checklist, what the day is, pre-stream checklist, what we're going to do, how many subs, who we rated, stream notes, and it's really, really cool. I never really thought about like actually how much work goes into live streaming, especially when it comes to video game content, and just people just go in and do it. So this is really, really cool. I'm glad she actually hooked me up with this. And then last but not least, one of my favorite things that I'm going to throw on the table is, as you can see, I was wearing in the beginning of the video my Disney jean jacket, and she punkified and Mr. Eric Jenkins-ified this jacket beyond belief, so I'm very excited. I've always wanted a kind of punk vest, punk jacket, and I actually had somebody DM me on Instagram after watching one of my other videos and said, hey, that's a really cool jacket, like what kind of patches do you have? So what a better time to answer said person's question, so thank you for throwing that question in. Then let's dive into it. So I guess I'm going to try and figure this out. So I guess we'll start with the top left and we'll go down. So there's pins and there's also patches. So we have the Mickey Mouse patch is actually standard with this jacket from the Disney store. So I bought this at the Disney store a little before Christmas of 2020. And I love this jacket, and it was only a couple left. It was less than $20. So I'm like, okay, this is a really cool jacket. It's got a giant back patch, says leader of the pack. Really, really cool. And then I was like, well, crap, I want to kind of ruin this jacket. So like, and it still looks wicked cool. So I'm wicked excited. So I've got 2 pins also next to it. We've got a kind of a dark patch because I have a kind of a weird sense of humor, but I also have a fascination with serial killers. We have a More Bodies Found at the Gacy Home. This is a John Wayne Gacy Pogo the Clown enamel pin. For those who don't know, John Wayne Gacy was a prominent figure within his community as a birthday clown. He was like a really good guy in the community, but he ended up being a vicious serial killer. And then we've got Nezuko from one of the animes I just recently watched, Demon Slayer. Really, really cool thing there. Going further down, we have Obey. This is from They Live. Really cool patch, and it's kind of starting to get weathered, which is perfect. We've got the Addicts, which is a punk band from the 70s. They dress up like Droogs from the Clockwork Orange. And if I remember correctly, they're the longest running original lineup punk band of all time. So they've been doing it with the original members for since the 70s. Their more famous track is Viva la Revolution. They've also done Joker in the Pack, England, Steamroller. They do some like kind of cool, like not laid back, but like 70s English punk. So really, really cool. I've been a fan of them for a while. We have an exploitation or a drug exploitation or scare tactic film called Devil's Harvest. Actually, never seen this film, but I seen the marquee dozens and dozens of times, and I like this one a lot more than the Reefer Madness one. And I've always been a huge fan of scare tactic films, just because I think they're super cheesy, and they're just fun to watch. So I do love this, and I do plan on watching this and hopefully covering it soon, because I did watch the other drug stories, which I picked up not too long ago. And then on my opposite side, we have a kind of a devilish Mickey Mouse patch. It's really, really cool. We've got a movie I just recently saw next to a Morpeko. So we got a peep in Morpeko there. 3 on a Meat Hook is a very interesting exploitation film that's based off of Psycho. Actually, it basically rips Psycho off, and it's based on the serial killer Ed Gein. I'm going to be doing a Cinema Weirdo video on this very, very soon, so definitely check that out. I love this album, this cover. I remember seeing it in like rental stores back in the day. It came in a giant clamshell. Usually, Eli Roth says it perfectly. The larger the artwork, usually the worse the movie is, and that definitely goes without saying on that one. We have a Frink 182. We have a Enema of the State, Blink 182 / Simpsons crossover patch. Really, really like this one. I ordered this like 3 years ago or something like that, and it's finally getting a nice home. And then on the bottom left, we have a I Spit on Your Grave cloth patch. Always loved this film. Really, really great revenge film from the 70s. It recently got remade in the 2009 era, like late 2000s. Really, really cool. The newer ones are really gory. This one's just kind of laid back, but it's like a revenge film. But if you're not into like, I mean, you know, she gets basically just like sexually assaulted and raped by, 5 guys, and then she goes and kills them. So, yeah, if you like exploitation films, definitely check that out. That's like kind of like a 101 film. Going on to the back, I guess we'll do the next arm. We have a Burzum patch, Norwegian death metal or black metal band Burzum, single man. We have a Once Emperor patch. I just like the ambient sounds of this band. They're pretty punk rock, pretty metal. On this arm, we have a really cool Ed Gein, a Stitch and Gem. This is a Ed Gein parody sewing machine or seamstress company. Ed Gein was known for, basically a robber, a grave robber, and he would sew body parts together. So yeah, I just thought that was actually really funny. On the other sleeve, we have a Minor Threat Out of Step Black Sheep patch. Minor Threat, probably one of my favorite hardcore bands of all time, easily top 10. And then we've got a Zodiac decoder pen. Zodiac killer, ran around during the 70s. Never caught, but he left all these crazy messages to the police, and no one was able to decode them. So got a decoder pen one. I thought that was very, very funny. And then we're going on to the back. So we've got the giant back patch, which is leader of the club, and the Mickey, which was standard. And then my buddy Tyler, so shouts out to you, buddy, hooked me up with this patch that he got for free from Wish. So it made it to his mailbox, which is interesting. We have a Get In Loser, very cool. That's been around for a minute. We have a Scratch the Cat, which is just a simple, like almost like Stray Cat parody, but just simple greaser, Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons. And then bottom left, we have a Minor Threat. So we have Ian on the Step. This is from the first 2 EPs cover. Like I said, Minor Threat, top 10 hardcore bands. On the back left corner, we have a Karen Cooper Night of the Living Dead patch. Really like this one, Night of the Living Dead, top 5 movie for me. Always loved that film. And then that is it so far. But I am going to be adding to this jacket. There's a lot of space left over, and I still have a lot of patches, but I'm so glad this got done. I love it. Let me know down below what your favorite patch on that jacket was, or if there's a patch that you think I should get, let me know.